So I've shown you all how to make a happy sounding song sound sad. So in this video we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take a couple of very well-known classical pieces of music that are sad sounding and we're going to make them sound happy. So I've left the tutorial below in case you haven't seen it of how to turn a happy song sad. So this exercise, if you like, is just to put some music theory into practice. So we're going to take something that's in a minor key signature. I'm going to show you how to turn it into a major key signature and how that affects the piece of music. So the two pieces of music we're going to be using is Fur Elise and Swan Lake. So the two main themes, I'm going to be teaching them both in the same key, which is A minor, and we're going to be turning them into A major, and how that affects the melody, the harmony. So I have separate tutorials on both of these pieces. So I've linked all those down below if you want to actually learn them. This video is just looking at the theory, just to how to change them from sad and serious to kind of joyful and happy sounding. And there's a little bit more we can do as well than just changing the key signature. So we're going to go to the piano. I'm going to show you how to turn the black swan into the white swan. So I'm just going to play this first in the minor key. It's originally in B minor, but we're going to do it in A minor. So I'll just play it for you first. So it's just the main theme. A minor is just all the white keys, and then both of these pieces have accidentals, extra black or white notes in them that I think we need to keep in there that don't affect the major or the minor element. What we're going to do in order to turn a minor scale into a major scale, you sharpen the third, so in this case that'll be a C to a C sharp. You sharpen the sixth. In this case, this will be an F to an F sharp, and the seventh, and that will be a G to a G sharp. So suddenly we have three sharps coming to play three black keys. So we'll go over the right hand first. I'll put the notes on the top screen. So basically, anytime there's a C, F or a G, instead of it being a C, F or a G normal natural note, they're going to be sharps instead. That's all we're going to do, is going to change them from natural to sharps. That is it. That is the only thing. So we have suddenly sounds more uplifting. And then the left hand, so the chords we had were A minor, so now it's going to become A major because the C is turning into a C sharp. And then before we had D minor, an inversion of D minor. Now that's going to be D major because the F is turning into an F sharp. Back to A major again. And then I played these individual notes of E flat, which we should really keep in there, a D, A major, and back to D major. They're the only parts we need really. So if I put this together, very different. So I'll do it again, a bit quicker. also played it ever so slightly louder and a little bit quicker as well, and that helps with it feeling more happy, kind of more joyful sounding. So now we're going to have a look at Fur Elise. So because I'm doing them both in the same key, from A minor to A major, the exact same theory, exact same concept applies. So Fur Elise actually uses the harmonic minor in this section as well, which means that in the scale of A minor, or in a minor key, the seventh note is sharpened. Sometimes it's a G sharp, sometimes it's a G natural, but we're always going to play it as a G sharp. So when it is a G sharp, you keep playing it as a G sharp, but if it's a G natural, we're going to change it instead. So it's always, the G is always going to be a G sharp, as well as a C sharp and the F sharp. We have to keep this D sharp, this bit, the same. It's a strong feature of the song. The D sharp doesn't affect whether it's A minor or A major, it's just an accidental, which means it doesn't belong to the key signature. So I'll play you this first. We're not going to put the repeats in minor key. So now I'm going to change it into the major, so it will sound something like this. So again, with this one, instead of playing it really soft like the original is, I played it slightly louder. Again, makes it sound more bright and jolly sounding. So I hope you enjoyed that and you found it useful and informative. Have an experiment. Put this theory into practice, play around with sound. You may discover a really sad piece of music that just sounds so beautiful in a major key. And then equally, make sure to watch the opposite video, how to make a sad song happy. No, how to make a happy song sad, so you can experiment doing the opposite as well. So it's just a more fun way to put some music theory into practice. So quickly, this is one of my designs for my merchandise. I've left the link for that down below, so if you want to go and support Bitesize Piano, that would be amazing. You can show your love by wearing some merch. So I hope to see you in the next video. So that's the end of this video. If you would like to leave a request, leave them in the comments section below of this video. I've also left some videos here that I think you might like, so go and check those out as well. I also have a course. Visit bitesizepianocourse.co.uk and you can enroll and start learning how to read music. I'll see you in the next video.